Hi Cancer, how are we today? Just doing our weekly readings. This week we are looking at the topic of family, okay? So whether that be your immediate blood family, parents, siblings, children, people that you're living with, or whether that be the family that you have chosen to walk with in this life. Family doesn't always have to be blood by nature, okay, but we are looking at that. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I do really appreciate your support. Everyone that does leave a comment will go in the draw for that free personal reading as well, so make sure you go ahead and do that. This week we are I've got the Seeker's Lenormand, and I've also got the Mystic Martian Oracle. So we will get you just some general important messages as well. But getting into it for you today, Cancer, we're, like I said, looking at family. Okay, what's going on for Cancer with family? This is coming out for everyone. It's kind of just jumped ship then for you, Cancer. That letter energy. Okay, what's going on for Cancer with family? Matters of family for Cancer. Getting a lot of similar messages for quite a lot of the signs this week. Not going to lie. Okay. I'm just needing to clarify this message a little bit for you. Clarify that fourth card, please. Card number 28. Please clarify who that is in relation to Cancer and their family. Okay. So like I said, that letter came flying on out. So that's kind of like, I feel like because it did fly, like really fly out for you here, Cancer, that communication is going to be pretty quick, suddenly flying out of nowhere kind of communication here. All right. It's in regard to, we have the Cloud and then the Fish card coming through here. Okay, so the Cloud does talk about something that's been heavy on our thoughts, something that you've been sort of stressing about, overthinking about. It's probably been keeping you up a little bit, making you very anxious and stressed. There is anxiety that comes along with that, and it's all anxiety about money, about abundance, about wealth. Okay, so you've been stressing about money, basically, Cancer, and or thinking about, overthinking about ways to, make money, gain more abundance, wealth in your life. Really, really, I feel as though you kind of really, because the Clouds talks about thoughts, and it talks about, the abundance of thoughts and overthinking things, and your brain going down, 100 different avenues of where things might go. I feel as though this communication is in regard to, you're finally getting some answers about, which direction it's actually going in. You're finally sort of seeing something physical with that letter, that communication in regard to this what's been heavy on your thoughts. It's kind of like you've been stressing about, if I that I have to buy this and this and this and this and this and this. It's kind of like I'm kind of getting like a list of things that, you're worrying about having to purchase all these things, and you're trying to think about, 100 different things that you're having to spend money on, and you've been struggling to, look at the broad view of this, because it's kind of like I'm kind of getting here that it's like, maybe just as an example, I suppose, is like when you're moving house, for example, that you kind of have to think about multiple things. It's not just thinking about, oh, I've got to pay for the removalist. No, you've got to, I need to buy this new furniture to fit this new space in the new place. Whereas, my old place, it didn't have that space, and you're trying to think of, trying to think through every single little outcome, and every single little thing. So it's kind of, for some of you, this is kind of like that energy of like doing your taxes, and where you're really trying to find every single little receipt, and you're really writing down every single penny that you've spent, and whatnot, and you're kind of overthinking it, going, it's been something heavy on your mind, that you've been expending a lot of mental energy on this, and you're finally sort of getting that, the opportunity with that communication card here. You're either getting some sort of communication about this, or you're finally, it's kind of like, if it's your taxes, it's kind of like you're finally lodging them, and taking that off your plate, because you finally got it all collated all together. You finally completed all the paperwork. I'm kind of getting here for some of you, Cancer. For some of you, this is, I really am getting that for a couple of you, this is all about you completing the paperwork. It's been, you've been having to think through every possible little outcome, and every possible financial, thing. And here we go. We've finally filled out all the paperwork, and we're able to sort of send that off into the ether, and see where it goes from there. For some of you, this is paperwork in regard to somebody in your family around you. So rather than you yourself, for not for all of you, but for some of you, this is specifically regarding a masculine energy in your life. Okay, so with that masculine energy in your life, especially if you are not masculine yourself, I don't normally read the genders, but it is coming through very, very masculine. I do feel as though for a lot of you, this is a father figure. Okay, so I am kind of getting that. I am getting an energy of, someone doing their father's taxes, or going through their father's estate, and having to, list every single thing into a document, dealing with a father's or an uncle's or a grandfather's, like, inheritance paperwork, all those sorts of things are coming through here. I'm also hearing that it's in regard to a retirement home for at least one of you here, Cancer. It's kind of like you're having to, help your father get into a retirement home, and do all the paperwork, lodge all the financial aspects of, this is how much it's going to cost to go here, and this is how much we're going to have to pay annually, and all those sorts of things as well. Okay, so I am getting that for some of you. For others of you where that is not an actual masculine in your family, it is just a continuation of that logical, kind of rational energy, where you're trying to do everything, by the book. You're trying to really, take all the emotions out of these connections at the moment, because you're really, needing to focus all your brain power on making sure you've got every little T crossed and I dotted, but we do see that this results in the stars and then the sun as well. Okay, so some dreams and desires really coming to light from doing all this. It kind of shows you that, all the ideal desired outcomes are going to come to light here. There's a lot of happiness, there's a lot of wish fulfillment, there's a lot of hope and optimism. So in that example of somebody who is, organizing getting their father put into a retirement home, like I said, it could be along those lines for one of you here, and so I'm going to just use that as an example to sort of explain what I mean here. It's kind of showing you that, every little thing is going to work out exactly how you need it to. The desired outcomes of getting him into the retirement home he needs to be in, everything is going to sort of fall into place. Staying hopeful that everything that needs to come to light, it's all brought out into the open, everything's discussed and shown and clear, and it results in happiness. It results in, somebody's dreams and desires being fulfilled here. So, in that sort of example, the dream and desire would be that the father is going to be looked after, that all the financial side of things is taken care of, and that's exactly the result that we're seeing from that as well, Cancer. So sorry, but they just scared the living daylights out of me. That must have been my neighbour dropping something quite heavy. Hope that didn't scare you guys as much as that just scared me. Okay, but moving on from the family stuff, we're going to just have a look at any other important messages coming through for you here, Cancer. Okay. But the end is in sight with all that family stuff, Cancer. The end is in sight, and the end is happiness and dreams coming true, okay? Very positive energy finishing you off there. But family aside, what else does Cancer need to be aware of? Important messages for Cancer, please. Ouroboros. Okay, so you can kind of see the Ouroboros there. It is that imagery of a snake eating its own tail, cycles, things going around infinitely. It is that infinity, if eternal, past life are the keywords on that card there. So it's, you know, all cycles in your life coming back around, you know, that you've got this energy of, you know, constantly consuming, constantly moving forward in your life in these cycles. It does feel like there's something coming through here with, you know, a past life cycle is coming back around for you, Cancer. But we'll clarify as we go. We also do have the Alpha Centurions. Foresight, planning, strategy. There we go. So that's you planning this cycle. You've been through this cycle before, so you know what's coming next. You know, so whereabouts in your life cycle are you? Okay, if you know, no, it's kind of that energy of, you know, when we're down in the dumps, we know that things are going to get back better all over again. It's reminding ourselves that, you know, every time I do, you know, I go through these cycles where, you know, I get depressed and I get anxious and everything seems so hard and difficult, but then I know that things are going to turn around and eventually I'll get back up to a high point where I can finally see the light again. Things start looking better for me. So it's kind of planning for that light in the darkness, kind of planning for the cycle to repeat itself, planning on you know, how we're going to, you know, do this cycle better this time around, what we're going to do this time around to make this cycle where it needs to be for this current life. Okay, past life cycles, a lot of the time it's, and even just cycles within our own life, it's kind of like, you know, each time we're learning more, and we're learning how to better deal with that cycle and how to, you know, what changes we might need to make. How about this time I'm going to try doing this and see if we can get a better outcome in that cycle. So something definitely coming through here with that sort of stuff. Cancer, important messages for Cancer, please. Pretty clear message here, Cancer. We do have the ring coming through firstly. I do feel that for majority of you, this is some sort of love relationship, a romantic relationship. Okay. Like I was saying with that cycles, it's you know, you already know that this is due to come back around, that you need to restart that cycle with this person. I am kind of feeling that for a lot of you, you're not in current contact with this person. This is someone that it needs to come back around. It hasn't come back around just as of yet, but you're needing to restart that cycle and try things differently this time around. The ring also does refer to cycles as well. So we're definitely seeing that, you know, this is something that's, you've been through this cycle before with this person, but this time we need to do something new that's going to, you know, change that cycle. For some of you, you may not have done this cycle in this lifetime with this person, but when you know, if you haven't met this person yet, when you meet them, you're going to have this sort of somehow I have an understanding that you've known this person before. It may definitely be a past life energy. A lot of you, the way we're going to know this person, the hidden energy on the bottom of the deck, we have the home, we have the moon energy there, and then the stork. So this person feels like home. You know, this is part of your love family. Okay, it feels like a soulmate kind of energy here, especially with that moon. Your intuition is going to know this person. Your intuition will recognize this person as, this person makes me feel safe. This person is my home. Okay, I can curl up inside this person and be safe. Okay, and a lot of emotion for this person. With the stork there as well, it's time to start that new cycle, stirring up the new energy, the brand new energy with this person. And then that was followed by the mouse as well, which does show us for a lot of you this is a past person, someone that you have thought was lost from your life. But no, that cycle is ready to come back around for you here, Cancer. We also have the bird's energy, so there's a conversation that needs to take place with this person. You do need to have a conversation with this person, whether or not they are currently in your life. You need to talk things out with this person. So that's where we're seeing that planning, that strategy. What do you need to talk to this person about? What do you want to get across to this person? What do you need to ask this person in order to, restart this cycle in a much more positive way, in a way that, is going to be eternal and unbroken in the future? This cycle, like every time we see the cycles coming through, the next cycle, we want the next cycle to be the unbroken cycle. Okay, I'm feeling that this cycle that you've been through in the past with this person, for some reason it was broken, because we're needing to go back around and for some reason it wasn't an ideal cycle, and it didn't pan out the way that it should have. And this time around we're needing to work out, have that conversation with yourself as well, plan, strategize. What can I change to make this work this time? What can I change to make this, eternal, infinite possibility with this next cycle? We also have the fox here as well, looking out for yourself, standing very strong, independent energy. It also kind of shows us that I feel like for a lot of you, Cancer, this is how you have thought about this person, or this may be some of the issues from this past cycle with this person, that we're needing to talk these energies out with this person, because this is energies of, someone who's a player, someone who plays mind games. And I feel as though, whether those concerns are genuine or not, you need to talk that out with this person. Seeing that conversation, you need to have a conversation about, I do feel that for some of you, it's the independent energy, the self-sufficient energy, the energy of someone wants to say to somebody, you only care about yourself. You don't care about us. You only care about yourself. Somebody wants to say to somebody, you're a player. You're just playing games with me. You're a player. You're not ready to commit. You're not ready to, actually be in a relationship, because you're just a player. You're only interested in getting your own needs met, and that's it. But these things there needs to be some sort of discussion here. The conversation coming through important here, if we want to break those negative cycles and move forward in positive cycles. I just want to grab one to clarify here for you, Cancer. The most likely outcome for Cancer with this situation, please. We have the child and the stork. So for some of you, there is a destined pregnancy between you and this person. If that is a possible thing, of course, it's not going to resonate for everyone. But they're both brand new beginnings. Okay, the stork is the pregnancy card. The child, we see the egg in the nest, so that's where it hatches and starts to grow. Definitely new beginnings here with this person. We saw the stork hiding in that hidden energy before as well. So definitely some new beginnings potential here with this energy. We also have on the bottom of the deck in this new hidden energy, we have success with the key, and we have love with the heart here. Okay, followed by the mountain, overcoming any obstacles with love between you and this person. Okay, so like I said, it did feel like a romantic situation here, Cancer. So there's definitely the opportunity to turn this into a brand new cycle and brand new beginning in this cycle in a much more positive way for you and this person. Okay, so it's really up to you to have these conversations that need to happen. Okay, if you want to get through those obstacles, start planning that conversation in your head now. Okay, Cancer. But that's what we have for you today. You're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. I do suggest your moon sign resonates really strongly with the way that I do read. The moon and the sun signs do tend to be the strongest. Leave a comment if you want to go in the draw for that free personal reading, and I'll see everyone soon.